And now, Fox 66 Sports with Jay Pushkar.
Good evening. There are only 4 recorded no-hitters in history of the Erie SeaWolves, and up until last April, only Elvin Hernandez in 1995 and Thad Weber in 2009 had accomplished that feat. As Mike Fenner reports, SeaWolves play-by-play voice Greg Gagne was on the call in 2009 for Weber's no-hitter, much like a year ago on this date when the Howlers did it again.
It was the first time I'd ever got to do that in my career. Thad was on from the beginning of that ball game. I believe it was a walk and an error, the only 2 that had reached base that day. That day was what stuck out was it was just a relatively pedestrian game. There wasn't a whole lot of fantastic plays. That's how dialed in he was. There was a couple of good infield plays that day that I remember.
After going 24 seasons with 2 no-hitters in franchise history, number 3 was on the way early in 2019, beginning with a start from Alex Faedo.
We knew that with Alex dialed in that day, and we got to 4 innings, got to 5 innings with the no-hitter going. We knew he probably didn't have as many pitches left to throw that day, given that it was the beginning of the season and those guys aren't stretched out.
April 24th, 2019 against the Bowie Bay Sox, Faedo went 7 innings, allowing just 1 walk, striking out 5 batters.
So it was just a matter of who they were going to go to in the bullpen.
And it was all on Drew Carlton to take it home and capture the combined no-hitter, preserving what was a 4-0 lead.
And I think they made the right choice going with Drew Carlton. I mean, Drew had a fantastic year last year, and that was just the exclamation point. And if there's ever a cool character to put on the mound, it's Drew Carlton.
Even if Carlton was so dialed in, he didn't fully realize exactly what was at stake.
I remember until, it was after the game, and he didn't realize that there was a no-hitter going on, and it was 2 outs in the 9th inning until he heard a fan say, "All right, 1 more out," or, the fan said something, and he turned around and looked at the scoreboard and said, "Oh my, we have a no-hitter going in the 9th inning." So that just kind of helped add to the fun of that day, was the fact that Drew had no idea what was going on until the very end of that game, and it was just a special afternoon.
Long look in again, deals, 3-2 pitch, swung on, in the air, left field, Derek Hill is there, ball game, no-hitter. The SeaWolves take down the Bay Sox 4-0. Alex Faedo and Drew Carlton combine on a no-hitter this afternoon here at UPMC Park.
I'm having fun. I mean, those are some of the most fun games you could ever go through, and you see out of the corner of your eye the Twitter chatter starts going, and it's like, okay, this is a big deal, and especially when it comes to big-time prospects, the world is watching. The baseball world watches.
Carlton gave up 1 walk and struck out 2 batters, helping seal the deal for the SeaWolves with a 4-0 win, just the team's 3rd no-hitter in history. Of course, 5 days later,
Mize delivers, popped up, shallow center, Alcantara back, ball game, no-hitter. Casey Mize in his Double-A debut, a 9-inning no-hitter. He is mobbed in front of the pitcher's mound. What an incredible performance from Casey Mize.
Number 1 overall pick Erie's Casey Mize tossed a no-hitter in his Double-A debut in Altoona, giving Erie 2 no-hitters in less than a week.
It was wild to see that in a span of just 5 days. And, again, you just look at the guys and the work that they put in and how they handled it, both going into the game and then after the game with all the media requests that followed. They all handled it with class, and that was really cool to be a part of. And it's one of those where you look back and you say, this happened twice in 24 seasons, and then to happen twice in 5 days. I don't know if we'll ever see that again.
Mike Fenner, Fox 66 Sports.